What up, B Squad? It is me, JB, and we are here today, you guys, with another review for Ready to Love Season 9, Episode 9. This episode is titled Tommy's Getaway, Part 1, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me a favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Ready to Love, shall we? All right, you guys, so I'm gonna be honest with you. This episode review, it ain't gonna be long because, so let's say the connections, some of them, well, no, now I'm really questioning the connections, you guys, and I'll explain it to you because the people that I thought were like I was seeing a genuine connection with them, now I'm starting to question those connections, especially with some of the things that we found out in this episode. So we see as Chaz, Vanessa, and LaRon and Mika, they're in a car together, and everybody else is on a party bus that is being driven by Patrice, right? Now, with Vanessa and Chaz, Vanessa is not feeling secure in the connection with Chaz, right? Because she doesn't feel that he's being possessive of her. Meanwhile, LaRon, I guess he has a little bit of an issue with people being overly possessive of their connections, right? We'll get into that in just a minute. So what I was looking at in this episode, and especially in the first half, I was like, Chaz is not serious about this at all. I just don't think that he's all that serious. And we got there, I was like, this feels like an episode of Housewives when they were arguing and fighting over the rooms. I was like, oh my God. Y'all said it, somebody said it, I think it was Patrice when they pulled up, that it's either Patrice or Rashina, one of them said that these are two houses. So that means there's enough room for all of y'all in this goddamn house. So why are we fighting over rooms? Now, Tommy let the women know that they were going to be in charge in this particular episode. They'll be sending one of the men home. And I was like, okay, cool. I was actually thinking, I'm like, they could send a whole lot of these men home, right? They could send home LaRon, they can send home Chaz, they can send home Alonzo, they can send home William. Who else is left? Who is left? It's LaRon, it's William, it's Chaz, it's Alonzo. Is it 4 men left or is it 5? William, Chaz, Alonzo, LaRon, oh, and Justin. I'm going to talk about all of them in just a minute, but you guys, let's pause here and move forward. So at one point, when they were looking for the beds, Chaz was in a bedroom, in a bed, and Mika was there, and Vanessa walked by. And, you know, Chaz tried to have a conversation with Vanessa at one point, and she was very short with him, and I actually didn't blame her. I wasn't upset with her, right? But she told him that they should sleep separately and that she wants him to make a decision. Girl, I don't think he's gonna make a decision because he just added more to his plate. Speaking of more to the plate, let's talk about LaRon real quick. So LaRon wanted to hold a house meeting, right? And he wanted to set some ground rules. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell are we doing here? Now the ground rules, I'm not disagreeing. The ground rules in this house meeting with LaRon, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I wasn't at all upset about it, especially after he revealed everything that he revealed, right? So I guess that there are some people who, I guess if their connection is talking to somebody else, they get, you know, so upset about it. And like you said, you're not engaged to this person, you're not marrying this person, so what are we upset about? If here's the thing, if your connection is strong with that person, then you should feel strong like, okay, yeah, you gonna have a connection with that person, but I know at the end of it, you going home with me, you gonna pick me. We gonna be a couple, we gonna rock this thing out. But That's neither here nor there. So what he really brought to my attention and everybody's attention was the situation. So you guys remember he's talking about no more alliances. And I was like, how do you have a, but I think that this is something LaRon brought this out, but I believe that this is something that's been going on for quite some time. Like every season when we be trying to figure out like how did such and such make it so far, it's some of it is production, but some of it is also the cast as well. Because LaRon said that, remember earlier we had talked about this a few episodes ago when Alexis went home, right? And the fact that there was a group text. So there was a group text that consisted of Alexis, Will, William, and I believe Dominique, right? And so they conspired to get Koshia out, which they said LaRon's fiance or something like that. So they conspired to get Koshia and Mika out, and I was like, well, that was very obvious. I called that in that episode when Will stood up before the ladies and called Mika and Koshia. I called that. Go back and watch the video. I called it. I said it was something off about that. I knew that was calculated. I knew that shit was calculated, right? So William is trying to say, oh no, it wasn't nothing like that. So what happened is Will came to us saying that the lady was talking shit about us. Well, as Tommy always says, what stays in the ladies and gentlemen's lounge should stay in the lounge. So why was Alexis being a super pick-me and coming and telling y'all what was being said? And then y'all do look like catty, little, messy, childish bitches doing some shit like that. If you don't have a connection with the person, just be like, you know what? I ain't got no connection with Mika. I ain't got no connection with Koshia. You know what? And when you go to the gentleman's lounge, just say, you know, when Tommy asks you who you're connected to and who you're not connected to, just say that. It ain't gotta be no, okay, we need numbers. So I need you to say her name. I need you to say her name, and I need you to say her name. Because you guys remember last season, I told you guys that Jessica let me know that when they go to the lounge, they're asked to give 3 names, right? If you guys actually go and look at some of the episodes, especially this season, if you guys go and look at some of the episodes, they do give more, they actually give more than 1 name, but you can kind of see where they edit it out. So, especially that episode where LaRon said he got 5 people, right? Alexis. They asked them for 3 names. And they show us what they want us to see. But bitch made, if you ask me. Will was trying to, like I said, Will was trying to clean it up, but I was like, no, it ain't no cleaning it up. Because he said if you read the messages, that can be misconstrued. How? They're your words, right? They're your words. Nobody took your phone and texted, you know, text William, text Will, text Dominique, text Alexis. Those, so, you know, no. You're just trying to play. You're just trying to clean it up to make yourself look better and to stick around. Like, that's really, really, really bad. But let's pause here and move forward, you guys. So William is once again on this trip trying to clean things up with Maya, right? She says that they'll move past it, but I'm like, how do you move past this? Because it's clear that you're looking at him differently, and now you're questioning you're questioning him. And I was like, okay, girl, okay. But then she now wants to explore this connection with LaRon. And I was like confused by that, but I was like, no, whatever. I was like, can we go ahead and wrap this season up? And then when I saw that the episode was titled Tommy's Getaway Part 1, I was like, oh my God. So there's a part 2 to this. So that means that this is going to be extended another week. I was like, fuck. Oh God, you guys. Now, like I said, I told you guys this wasn't gonna be a long review, and I'm at the end of my notes already. What the next thing I want to say is, when it comes down to some of the other men, right? I'm not talking about Alonzo because we really didn't see a lot of Alonzo in this episode. LaRon, one minute LaRon feels a way about the people saying that he's a party boy, but then he had a conversation with Maya about going to the club, going out, right? Coming back home and, being drunk and stuff, so you do go out. But then Maya kind of confused me too, because I thought Maya had a little bit of a problem with him going out, but then she says she goes out on the weekends. So it's like, why don't y'all just go out together and just exit this whole situation, right? Justin. I don't think Justin's a bad guy, but I don't think that Justin is here for the right reasons. Because at one point, him and Mika went out on the speedboat. They fell in the water. He said, I thought you were supposed to float. And she's like, what are you talking about? He was like, talking about her breast, that they should have been able to help her fly. I was like, oh my God. We make a joke about her breast. Okay, cool. Then the worst of it all was Chaz, you guys. So Chaz has a connection with Vanessa. That one we saw from the jump. But then that connection with Rashina came out of left field for me. Never saw it, don't know where it came from, and I was so confused about that, right? Then in this episode, we saw as he was talking to Patrice, right? And Patrice was like, I gave you my number, I think at the first mix or whatever. And he said, yeah, I put it in my phone, but I didn't save it. Well, that meant that you weren't at all interested in her, and that's fine. But now she's putting herself in the race, and he was like, it's hard for him to juggle multiple. Somebody else said this last season. It's hard for him to juggle multiple women. Okay, I get it. I'm not gonna sit here and beat somebody up about that, right? However, you find it hard to juggle, but you're going to try to get to know her at the end of the damn process. Anybody, explain that to me and make that make sense to me, because for me, it makes absolutely no sense, right? So after that, we see the ladies as they deliberated with Tommy, and one thing that the ladies all can come up with is the fact that they realized that because Rashina was so happy. I got a good morning, beautiful text. And Mika said, well, I got the same text message too. I was like, none he texted y'all both the same thing. Like, come on now. Okay, girl. Also, William. So I don't want to be disrespectful to William, but when he was talking to Patrice, I really wasn't listening to what he said. It's no disrespect to him. I just wasn't listening. Plus, I was driving too. Like, I was in the car, and I had it on CarPlay, so I wasn't really 100% listening, but I know he was talking about, some things that he's been through. The question that I will ask is, has he been to therapy? Like, I think you might want to go seek therapy, sir. Now, we get down to the elimination, and Vanessa is the one who's going to break it to the men who's going home, right? Tommy basically told Chaz, like, I got my good eye on you, sir, because I heard some things, so I got my eyes on you, right? So Vanessa called up LaRon, she called up Alonzo, and William. Now, out of those three, who do you guys think is going home? I honestly feel like it's going to come down to, oh God, because let's be real, all three of them can go. All three of them could go. But if I had to put, I ain't putting money on nothing. But if I had to guess, LaRon thinks he's going home, right? But I don't know about LaRon. I don't know. Because I think all the ladies were turned off by the whole situation with William and his big hips. I think that was something, I don't know. I don't think it'll be Alonzo, although I wish it was Alonzo. Honestly, I wish it was all three of them. So if I have to pick, I'm gonna say, I think the bottom two is going to come down to, it's gonna be between, not Alonzo, it's gonna be between LaRon and William. One of those two are going home. I'm honestly thinking it's gonna be William, but I could be wrong. It could be LaRon. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you guys, that's the episode. Like I said, I know it wasn't gonna be too long. We're barely touching the 16 minutes, you guys, but that is it. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications and share the video, you guys. Until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video, you guys. So next up, I have to do Love and Marriage DC, you guys. That show is a struggle bus. My God, that show's a struggle bus to even watch it or even review it. But yeah, I'll see you guys for Love and Marriage DC. And then Potomac comes on tonight, Marriage to Medicine Reunion Part 2. And there's a special episode of Abbott Elementary after the Oscars tonight. So I will see you guys for all of those. Bye, guys.